Welcome to Wesley Impact. I'm Keith Garner. Today, once again, I'm visiting our Hills Centre at Bella Vista, and today we're continuing on a series looking at areas of our work. How important do you think it is to support parents and young families in your local community? Thank you for joining us today as we continue with this special series visiting various aspects and areas of our work at Wesley Mission. Today I'm in the creche at Wesley Family Services hub at Bella Vista. This is a room where we have qualified preschool teachers and carers who look after the children of parents who are part of the parenting programme and the things that happen here operate within the building. This hub in Bella Vista is in a rapidly expanding part of northwest of Sydney. And Wesley Mission has been providing child, youth, family support services in partnership with community groups and local churches for more than 20 years. Our services include early literacy programs, baby skill training, parenting seminars, social skill programs, referral services, and many other programs designed to assist young people with their self-esteem and their social development. Today I'll be speaking with Alice Fang, who's a member of our team, whose area of speciality is the very significant and important area of multicultural services and the ones that we provide for this community. And for the past 3 years, Alice has helped many families integrate into their local communities by facilitating our multicultural communications work, running support groups, one-on-one counselling sessions, and other programs working with new Australians from countries as wide as Syria, Bangladesh, the Philippines, Sri Lanka, India, Italy, Germany, and so many other places as well. With a Chinese heritage herself, Alice also works with Chinese families, helping as a translator when needed, and I'm going to speak with Alice a little later in the programme. We'll also be joined by Liz Scott in the Wesley Impact studio, who'll sing for us a song called Praise Your Name. And later I'll continue that series looking at characters in the Bible who are so important in the Christian story. I'll be looking at one who's known as a friend of Jesus, and that's Lazarus, and sharing some thoughts on the character who is one of the closest people to Jesus. Now, I mentioned that at Wesley Mission we work with a number of local community groups across Sydney and far beyond that in providing services and high-level care to people. Community partnerships is an important part of that work, for it provides the context and opportunity for people who can benefit from a wide range of services to learn about us and all that we do in the local area. One example of this is Woodcroft Families Connect Playgroup, where one young mother, Manisha, came initially from the benefit of her preschool group and found community connections with friends and has benefited greatly from that network. Let's take a look together.
Woodcroft Playgroup is a supported playgroup. It's a structured playgroup. So what happens is the families get to come in and socialise with each other, but also the children get to do stationed activities where they can work inside and outside. The program is for children 0 to 5 years, so we have young children activities such as baby toys, crawling through a tunnel, activities where they can start developing their transition to school. It's great to see with the songs that they all now know the songs that we sing and the stories that are told. They come back each week and say, yeah, I really like that story, and yeah, it's good to see.
My name is Manisha Doshi and I have a 2.5-year-old. She is at the age where I want her to get trained for the preschool and all that. She was the bossy one, being the youngest. She wouldn't share at all, but I wanted her to learn. So I came in here and first thing she learned was sharing. And that's what I like about it, that she learns a lot of new things. She's learning manners, she's learning interacting with different kids. So little things like this that encourages. For myself, I get to make more friends. We are so good friends that we meet outside the playgroup and then we go out to places and have fun together, which is more like having fun with family itself. So yeah, definitely the getting into the group has helped me get more people, know more people, and some of them are really very close friends now.
My name's Louise Miller. My son Eric is now 4.5. We first started playgroup when he was just a baby. He always loves coming to playgroup. It's the highlight of his week, I think, that get to go to playgroup and just to see him sort of come and play with other kids and have fun. It's a good place for me because I have an autoimmune disease and that affects my joints and tendons. That makes me a bit more insular, I guess, because I don't get out a lot. I'm in a lot of pain quite often. So just sort of being able to come out and have somewhere where it's safe for him to just be able to play. Well, this playgroup's a bit different from other playgroups, as in it's supported. It's got a couple of support workers that you can talk to. It helps to know that as a parent and as a mum, that you're not doing it alone, and just coming out and seeing that there are other mums and we struggle in the same ways and we kind of have the same joys and frustrations. That's been my big highlight.
I think when families come here, they see Wesley Mission as a safe place. We do get a lot of families who have opened up about financial issues or other family issues, mental health, domestic violence. What we're able to do is refer these families to other services in a safe environment.
I chose to volunteer at Wesley Mission because I'm passionate about justice.
I chose to volunteer with Wesley Mission because I've always wanted to work with people who have a disability.
You meet friendly people. They're all people who are self-motivated and energetic.
It not only gives me a purpose, keeps me active, and activity leads to longevity.
Wesley Mission currently provide over 130 individual services with over 2,000 employees, supported by over 3,000 volunteers to assist over 21,000 families and individuals each year. Whew, that's a lot of numbers. So as you can imagine, we are always looking for more volunteers to help. So please, volunteer today. Visit our website, wesleymission.org.au. You will not only be meeting new and interesting people, but you will be doing all the good you can, because every life matters.
If you would like to see more of the work of Wesley Mission, visit wesleymission.org.au. You can watch loads more videos, catch up on past episodes of Wesley Impact TV, find out about our diverse range of services, and get involved to help make a positive difference in your community. You can also connect with us on social media and stay up to date on the latest news and information from Wesley Mission. wesleymission.org.au.
So if you want to find out more about Wesley Mission, don't forget to go to our website. There's loads of information there where you'll find out about the wide range of activities we do. And if you want me to respond, you want to write to us, you can write an old-fashioned letter. We love getting those. Or you can go on the website, you can send to us at Impact TV. That really will be important to hear from you. Now, I'm joined by Alice Fang, who works here at our Wesley Family. Alice, good to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Now tell us, Alice, you're obviously from a Chinese heritage yourself?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been in Australia?
Oh, well, nearly 13 years.
13 years. And the work that you're involved in is very much a work for people who are new Australians, isn't it? Some of the work that goes on that you're involved in.
Yes, yes.
So when you say new, where are they from?
They're from multicultural background. Yeah, so my client, I had Indian subcontinent client and people who from Cambodian, from India, from Philippines, and from Syria, from Italy, and from German, and yeah, a lot of multicultural background.
Gosh, that's great. And it's a big issue at the moment, but we at Wesley Mission are committed to working with people and helping them to very much integrate into our community. Tell us some of the challenges that some of those people have when they come into this kind of community that's so different.
Oh yeah, as a migrant myself, and I did experience a lot of difficulty when I'm trying to settle down in Australia in my first few years. So I understand all the ladies and the families coming from cultural different background and coming to Australia. The barrier could be language barrier, and for mom and children especially, they could experience isolation, yeah, and lack of extended family support. And being a new arrival in Australia, it's really important to connect them with our local services, which they don't have a knowledge of what kind of support they can get from the local community services and or other organizations.
When my wife and I arrived here 11 years ago, even opening a bank account can be a huge challenge. You know, things that we take as so easy to do. Tell us how you address those things. You know, if you say those are the things that are challenging, how do you actually help people?
Yes, my role was a multicultural support worker, and now I'm a community family support worker. So I was running the multicultural support group for women at Castle Hill and the Ponds and the Hills area. So by running this regular group, ladies with their children come to the group once a week, gathering together. We have a nice talk in the first week, and they will express and building up the trust relationship, and they will open up, oh, you know what, I just don't know, my kids going to school and I never had that cold lunch box before, so I don't even know what can I put in that lunch box for my kids. And then, so things like that, we think that's easy, but actually, oh well, it's a very overwhelmed situation for them to manage that daily things. And many people want to make sure that their children have the best experience too, and feel for their children, don't they, in those contexts? Yeah, exactly. And so we organize a course, cooking course with TAFE. Yeah, so certificate 2. We have a lovely teacher came to the Castle Hill Uniting Church on Thursday morning, spent 2 hours and teaching the ladies with some nutritious, healthy food, good for the whole family. And also we learn about the Australian eating culture as well.
I'm not sure all that's good, is it really? I mean, it could well be that some of these people that come from other countries have a better eating habit than some of us do too.
That's the discussion happening between the ladies and the teacher.
And have you seen people that have come through and you've seen the tangible difference in their lives with their children and themselves?
Yes, so through the attending of a multicultural women's group, after a few weeks, and they build up that relationship very good, and they start open up to me. Then you will unfold the story behind the door. They might experience domestic violence. They might experience relationship difficulty. Yeah, so all those things start unfolding after a few weeks or even after 2 semesters with our group or with our services.
And is there sometimes a cultural grief, you know, something whereby they feel that they're losing something, you know, in this context?
Yes, because they came far and left their country, and some of them from refugee background came with nothing, and they really start thinking, where am I going to start my life here? Yeah, so that's why our fantastic family service can support them with the play group for their kids and the mom's group for the mom to be connected, and also other services like financial support. And if they do experiencing very difficult situation, our family support worker can support.
And just finally, what do you get out of it?
I guess that reward for me is that when I see the ladies being confident again, the ladies having the hope to start their new life in Australia, or the ladies being empowered to start their career or go back to school, that's my biggest reward.
Alice, thank you for sharing with us, and it's very much part of our Christian vision to care for people wherever culture they come from, and we're just delighted that you do that. Now we're going to go back to the studio where Liz Scott is singing Praise Your Name.
You're the light of the world, you're the salt of the earth, you reign. Savior, you are perfect in peace, worthy of never-ending praise. You are awesome in strength, generous in love. Let the whole earth declare you're the one true God. You have conquered the grave. Jesus
Caring for a child with disability is more than a full-time job. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop caring. Sadly, without a break, this constant strain will take its toll. Help us give carers a break before they break down. Donate to Wesley Mission Disability Services before it's too late. Over the years of Wesley Impact, Keith Garner has had hundreds of conversations sharing stories of hope, resilience, love and the Christian faith. Perspectives on Faith and Sport is a collection of inspiring and insightful conversations with people who are champions in their field, including Commonwealth Games gold medalist Deb Lovely, tennis great Margaret Court, Olympic swimmer Elka Whalen, long distance runner Eloise Wellings, Olympic gold medalist Duncan Armstrong, and two-time boxing world champion Nigel Benn. Each conversation shares a unique perspective on sport and the achievements of notable sporting greats, and collectively presents a broad cross-section of athletes and how their faith has changed their lives. Perspectives on Faith and Sport is the second instalment of a 3-part series and is available now from Wesley Mission. To find out more, contact Wesley Mission on 02 9263 5555 or email impacttv@wesleymission.org.au.
Please do visit our website if you'd like to find out more about all that we do at Wesley Mission. The address is on your screen now, the Wesley Mission website. Well worth a look. Now, I'm here at Wesley Family Services Hub in Bella Vista today in the northwest of Sydney. I'm in the creche where we care for children of mothers and fathers who are part of some of the programs that we offer here, including the Triple P Positive Parenting Program, one-on-one counselling, early literacy programs, and much, much more. To find out more about our work, do visit that website. It will be of great interest to you. I'd like to continue now in this series looking at characters of the Bible who are so important as part of the Christian story. Today I'm going to share some thoughts on from the Wesley Impact studio, not from here, on the character of Lazarus. Now, Lazarus is one of the very close friends of Jesus. Now, today's character from the New Testament is Lazarus. Now, unlike many of the others we've looked at, he's not an apostle, but a friend of Jesus Christ. How do we know that? Well, Jesus stayed at his home. And when he received the news of his illness, we know that he wept when he heard of his death. Now, that account is found for us in John chapter 11. It's a very long passage that concentrates but on this one incident, and one incident more than any other incident actually in John's Gospel. It's connected to one of those great statements, the great I am statements. I am the resurrection and the life. And the wider section is an important section. So I'm going to read to you just 2 verses from John 11, 43 and 44. When he said this, Jesus called in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen and a cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, "Take off the grave clothes and let him go." Now, the miracle is narrated modestly, and it's Jesus' words to which Lazarus responds. The position in John's Gospel is important to note. It's the last event prior to the Passion journey. It precedes the plot to kill Jesus, and it deals with one of the most challenging of all issues, death itself. But it's also important because it serves, I think, as a transition into the final part of the Gospel. When Jesus declares himself to be the resurrection and life, it gives us a lens through which we can understand all things. And this account of the bringing to life of Lazarus mustn't be confused with the resurrection of Jesus, because clearly Lazarus died. It's not a case of Lazarus is coming out of this grave and he'll never die again, but he brings him to life. He brings him to life, and in doing so points to something more profound, the deeper sense of God's presence in life. And I like it for many reasons. I like the fact that Jesus is moved at the death of a friend. I mean, this thought of Jesus wept is such a powerful thought, really. It tells us so much about the humanity of Jesus. It tells us something of the way in which he reached out to people in their personal lives, to Lazarus, to Mary, to Martha, and to their home. It also gives us, I think, an insight into his response. Now, I think at first people were a bit disconnected by the fact that he didn't come immediately. He didn't immediately turn up at the door. But the truth is he had confidence. He had confidence in his friend. He had confidence in his own ability through the Father to raise him to life. And I think for all of us, it gives us some insight into the identity of Jesus with people in need, whoever and wherever that need is. When I study the New Testament and I look at the way Jesus' healing ministry is exercised and his compassionate ministry, there's an indiscriminate sense in which God reaches out to people of all kinds, to people on the parameters, to people rejected by others, to people whose physical ability is in some way not able to be lived to the full, to people whose emotional ability is maybe not to the full. In every sense, Jesus reaches out and touches and heals. But on this point, it's his words when he says, come out, that become the important part. And when Jesus says his resurrection and life, that still has a lot to say to us. Resurrection and life is not only about life, whereby life goes on forever, it's about quality, it's about depth. When Jesus says his resurrection and life, he brings the best out of people. He brings life in all its fullness. In the chapter before, in chapter 10, we know that Jesus said, I have come that people might have life and have it to the fullest. I pray that you might find something of the new life, the strength and the healing grace of Christ. May you know today that Jesus Christ is resurrection and life. And like Lazarus, you might come out of whatever tomb it is that you live in, which may not be, of course, be a death tomb, but it may be the need for liberation, the need for being released, the need to be free, the need to be able to understand that you can live life also to the full. So God calls us through this character of the New Testament, not an apostle, not a disciple, but certainly a follower with a very special close relationship with Jesus Christ. And we pray that somehow we might not only learn from him, but we might discover the strength that there is in following one who calls us to new life in Jesus.
If you would like to contact Keith and find out more about today's program, write to us at Wesley Mission, Post Office Box A5555, Sydney South 1235, or you can send an email to impacttv@wesleymission.org.au. On our website, you can catch up on past episodes of Wesley Impact, find out more about our work, read online magazines and articles, and connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also connect to Keith's blog and stay up to date on all of the latest news and information from Wesley Mission. wesleymission.org.au.
Thank you for being part of our programme today. I hope you found the conversation with Alice to be beneficial and inspiring. At Wesley Mission, we do all we can to connect with the communities that we seek to serve in meaningful and relevant ways, however that can be. If you'd like to find out more about some of the programs that we offer across all of our family services that reach all across the state of New South Wales, please visit our website at Wesley Mission. There you can watch this and past episodes of Wesley Impact and also connect with us via social media. And if you've got any questions, I'm always willing to respond to questions, however you might send those, in letters, but also through the internet on Impact TV at Wesley Mission. Please do join us again next week on Wesley Impact. Until then, may God bless you.
Wesley Mission provides more than 38,000 hours of out-of-school care each year to young people. To find out more, visit wesleymission.org.au.